G-Lean, man. G-Lean the FIREBOY, man. I've been trying to get my momentum back up. It's G-Lean the FIREBOy, and this is my life behind the lyrics. Like ball.
Came to pick my brain a bit, but miss, I ain't no lame to this. I could have you gamed up in several different languages. Plain to see I'm dangerous. FIREBOY don't play with kids, it's flammable as gasoline and kerosene. Take a swig, then I lit a cigarette. Now watch me spit a lava rock. Folks call me a arsonist for burning down they whole crop. I'm flyer than a whole flock of pheasant when the snow stops. That's why they wanna push me up and suck me like a blow pop. Finally I got
What's your name? G-Lean. Also known as Gordon Limbrick. You know, only a few people know me as that. Or they just call me G, man. I was born in Berkeley, California. Alta Base Hospital, raised in Oakland, California. Probably as far as back as I can remember. It's my grandmother's house in Sobrani on La Prenda Drive. Like, that's kind of like the beginning, the very, very beginning of where I can remember in my life. And we was staying with my grandmother, May of the best. Shit. I don't remember too much. I just know I was little. Shit. I was in the back room with my mama and my brother, Renita and Ramon. Well, my brother Ramon, my sister Renita was towards the front room, in the middle room. If you from Sobrani, you know how them houses set up. So it was like a lightweight shotgun house, but you know the kitchen was to this side, and then it was 2 bedrooms, one more bedroom to the back. So y'all know how that go. Shit, I guess after my mom and my dad had went through they breakup, cause see they broke up when I was little. I was too young to remember, but I always known my father. Always known, you know. I just never known them together, you know. So shit, I remember from there we moved out of Sobrani. We moved to 99th and Cherry. That's my little brother was born, Gary Hawkins. Yeah, my mom hooked up with his dad and had little bruh. We was over there. You feel me? And mom's was on Section 8, so you know we blew all through the town. From there we went to 28th. You know, and this is right around the time my oldest brother, Ramon Curtis, aka Adrian Man of 3 Times Crazy, he was doing his thing. Him and his partner, they started off as 2 Raw. You know what I'm saying? And a few of our cousins was they backup dancers and shit. They was in the garage rehearsing and shit for the bong show and shit on Soul Beat. Hella little shit, right? So, shit, kind of fast forward a little bit. The last place we moved after that was 73rd Arthur. And during the whole time though, you know, we always was back and forth to Sobrani. We had to be there, you know, while moms worked and all the shit. So, you know, I had best friends and shit in the hood, but I was always everywhere else in and out the hood, you know what I'm saying? So, man, I always got out and about, man. Everywhere we was at in Oakland, I always got out, man. I know people from Sobrani to West Oakland. Like, I know people from everywhere, from all life experiences, from living in the dubs, living in the 70s, living in the 80s, you know, shit. We even moved to Antioch at one point in time. You know, I stayed at Antioch for 3 years. Shit, we moved out there, I think in like 97. It was tumbleweeds rolling down the street. Like, the only blacks out there, like, we was like running amok out there, catting off and shit. And, you know, getting over on the system. We was like the little rebels out there. Now they turned up in Antioch now. Left a cold little legacy out there, and they made a name for themselves. Big up to Antioch. But yeah, I came back to the town. when I was like 17, that's when I came back to the hood. And I went to I stayed with my other grandmother, my dad's mother, who lived around the corner on Reposo Drive, towards the back of Sabrani. You know what I'm saying? And I came back to the hood, boom. You know, reacquainted with a lot of all my friends from when I was hella little and shit. And, you know, met a few other people. You know what I'm saying? And shit, that's kind of where like the whole affiliation really started. And then like in Sabrani, I had a bunch of family, so I really only hung out with family at first. You know what I'm saying? Until my cousin E Famous, aka Eddie Payne, man, he took me to the Lighthouse to get some weed from my nigga Fat Kid, you feel me? Chevy Crocker, you know what I'm saying? And that's where that shit began. Like, I was slapping that, throwing up the limb, so you know it's me, all that. The anti-sober. So I was like, damn, niggas rapping in the hood, like that was crazy. You feel me? And then Chevy put me up on a lot of stuff that Cedar was doing. Cause Cedar, he was doing hella time and shit back in the day. You know, and to fast forward a little bit, you know, me and my younger brother, we started a rap group, The Staff, you know what I'm saying? And we went by The Staff, and shit, man, we kept it lit. We was doing the shit, and then I went to jail. So, went to jail, ended up taking some time, going to prison. You know, I got out, shit. I got out like damn near a year later. It was the same day Oscar Grant passed. Yup. It was the same day. And I remember because I had tripped when I had got out, they was always talking about Oscar Grant this, and I had never, you know, seen his face or whatever. And then like after being out for a minute, I seen a mural of him, and I was like, I know blood. And so when I actually seen like his actual picture on like a piece of paper, I was like, damn, that's crazy. Cause you know, a few months before I got out, we was just sitting at the same table together eating, you know, during child time in the pen, you know, San Quentin. That was crazy to just bounce out on the day he got murked. Back to the 3 times crazy shit. My oldest brother, he was doing a 2 Raw thing. You feel me? Then, you know, getting in trouble and shit, meeting other people. You know, he ran in the Keek. They became hella cool. Boom. Keek was basically like the hype man for 2 Raw. At first, they was like they was making they was cutting off their jeans and shit, making beanies and shit, and putting graffiti on them and shit. Like rocking the Henry J. Kaiser Center and shit. So like when I would see that shit on TV, like Soul Beat and shit, that shit would be, I was like, damn, bro, really like he doing it. You feel me? So what really made me actually fuck with the music, because I really wasn't too interested in when he started doing it. I was a wildlife kid. I played in the dirt, the mud, salamanders, frog. I'm in the creek. Like, you know, I'm riding bikes, hitting ramps and stuff with my partners, like all over East Oakland, everywhere. Like doing all kind of stuff. So that's what I was doing. So when I moved to Antioch for a minute, I was like running away from Antioch, and I used to come to my partner house in the 60s when I was going to Markham. So we actually grew up to be longtime friends, no matter where I went. So Them niggas lightweight started a little rap group when I was in Antioch. So when I used to run away and come out here, I came out here one time. These niggas like, we rapping. And I'm like, nigga, what? Nigga, you got life fucked up. So it's like, shit, my brother do the shit, like, you know, and you know, it's so I'm just like, fuck it, it's in me. I just wrote my first rap, like, fuck it. One of the members of our little thing, my partner E, he moved away hella long ago, never came back. And me and my longtime partner B, Brandon Scott, that nigga, he ended up moving, like, when we became adults, but me, him, and my nigga Mike B, shout out Mike Billions, you feel me, from the city, we started a group called Echelon, you feel me? And it really means like echelons, like an echelon, like an army style type. We was doing it for a minute. We was rocking like little Sweet 16s, you know, house parties and stuff like that. We was doing that. You feel me? And you know, just listening to the local rap cats. You know, at that time when we was trying to be, see, we used to try to be dope. Like when it came to rapping, like every day was elevating. Like, I need a story to tell. Like, that's why my lyrics ain't as good. This when I was like 14, 15. Like, and I was like, well shit, I ain't really did shit but went to school. So that's all, like, so that kind of got me out there wanting to fuck around and, you know, want to smoke weed and shit. You know, I still wasn't a bad kid, but I'm saying, like, you know, that kind of, like, fast forward growing up, you know, just having to get money and stuff like that, and you know, I started having kids early, so that was the kind of the excuse that I had to start hustling. That's kind of the decision that I made once I started having children. Just jumped out there, 18 years old. I ain't really did too much, you know what I'm saying? Basically, after when I got out of prison, is when I really wanted to take it serious, and you know, that's when the town was really jumping. I think the hyphy movement was up and moving real heavy, you know, things of that nature. And matter of fact, Mingles was the shit. You know what I'm saying? And my nigga Fat Kev, you know, he used to always try to get me up there. You feel me, to do shows and shit. Him, my nigga Ro, you know, Lil Bobby and them, they used to always try to get me up there. Cali Black, all them, and I'd be catting off. You feel me, stop answering the phone, hella shit, because I'm on the block. I'm over there on 62nd. That's when I really established myself over there on 62nd and Hayes Street. Over there where Filthy and them be shooting the videos and shit now. That's when basically I start fucking with all of them. You know what I'm saying? And even then I wasn't taking nothing serious. The music, that it was just, you know, we gotta get the money, we gotta run it up. So that's what I was trying to do. I had really found my niche with the trees, you feel me? And I was, you know, throwing them zips. I had a little Mexican connection that put me on like whatever I needed, so I was able to do my thing. And it was kind of like the cream of the crop. It was the best of what was going on, or it was the type of shit that could hang with the top shelf shit of what was going on at the time. So, you know, but that's when the nigga got hit. You feel me? And went to that thing. I had a pistol in the house. It was an on and off thing, because it was like, okay, I got out, you know, and it was like, damn. I wasn't really hella motivated to get no job, so it was like, you know, I might have dibbled and dabbled a little bit, but I was too spooked to do anything. So it was like, you know, boom, my pops, he owned his own like security business. And even though I had a felony, he would put me on regardless. You know, he wasn't tripping. You know, he would put me up at any site, like an armed security guard like this. So I learned that business for a long time, you know, and that kind of funded a few things. And then, you know, I was like, shit, you know, the weed started getting more legal and legal every day. So start just really getting back into everything, but really not doing too much street hustling, not being out there like that. Kept a little job, you know what I'm saying? Like how the OGs taught us, you know, OGs, they used to get off work. You couldn't get your shit till after a certain time at night, and you gotta get them right when they get off, because they going in, that phone going back off, and you know, shit like that. When you had a connection back in the day, it was like that. So I kind of moved like that a little bit. I didn't fuck with too many people, you know, and you know, I always been a wiggler. So I just wiggled in and out of everything, and then, you know, then boom, the studio came back into the situation. So I didn't really know, like I was still kind of a dinosaur to all the Facebook and all that. I really didn't understand none of that shit. So, you know, the computers working, all that shit, I wasn't really fucking with that shit. So, you know, I started learning little by here and there. You know, boom, once I got back into the lab, like, and this is the first time I ever paid for any studio time or anything. Like, I never, like, I recorded back in the day with my folks, but, you know, I had never paid for studio time. We used to just get in the lab and vibe, and, you know, while he doing the I'm writing the beat. I mean, I'm writing the lyrics, you know what I'm saying, while he actually creating the beat. So that's how I was used to doing shit. So after all these years passed, getting back in the lab, it was like, okay, boom, still didn't understand everything. So this kind of why me and my younger brother doing the staff thing, and you know, he kind of ran, you know, he was like in between us and the millennials. So he kind of ran all the little websites for our group, and he did a lot of booking the shows. He did all that. He just kind of did it all, because when I was in the pen, that's what he was establishing that already, you know, doing a lot of recording down at High Row, you know, fucking with D-Lo and everybody who was up and coming at that time, Beta Weeda, you know, he was doing a lot of recording for Shady Nate. He did some shit for Jay Stallion.